Another ridiculously expensive Bugatti Veyron model, the 2015 Shelby GT was spied without a disguise. And Audi reveals 2 new whips. Whoopsh. Plus, the Birdman flies over a Mini, and it's Monday, so we'll have a commenter of the week. All right, cool. That's what's popping off here on FastLane Daily today. I'm Derek D, and let's have some fun, shall we? You want to cough again, Omar? In keeping of the episode number corresponding to the year, where are we at, Max?
2003.
That's right. And in the year 2003, BMW introduced the X3. Bentley dropped the Continental GT. Mazda added the Mazda 3. We have a theme here.
Oh, yeah.
And Lamborghini released the Gallardo, or as rappers would say, Gallardo. Also, Apple launched iTunes in 2003. And those are your 2003 facts. All right. Audi went ahead and dropped a couple new models all up on the internet. First up is the totally redesigned Q7 SUV, which takes design inspiration from the new TT, sharper lines and a lower, more aggressive stance. We've talked about that before, right? Honestly, it looks more wagonish than SUV to me, but anyway. It also lost some serious weight. 716 pounds to be exact. That's because of a lighter chassis made of steel and aluminum, plus aluminum body panels like the doors, hood, front fenders, and rear hatch. Matrix LED headlights will be available, and the engine range is extensive. Things start off with a 3-liter TDI, making 272 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of
torque.
That's right. That engine also gets 41 mpgs, which is like, whoa. For an SUV. Pretty good. There's also a 3-liter TFSI engine available, making 333 horsepower and 324 pound-feet of what?
Tar.
That's right. Tar?
Let's just go with it.
Okay. There'll also be less potent versions of both those engines available later on. The bigger engine news is an e-tron plug-in hybrid diesel. E-tron plug-in hybrid diesel making 373 horsepower. And how much pound-feet of that stuff?
516 pound-feet of torque.
That's right. A lot of numbers right there. Pop quiz. What was the first engine I said, Erica?
3-liter TDI.
Whoa, paying attention for the win. She might have read it. The second big Audi intro is the RS3 Sportback with an aggressive face, lower ride height, dual exhaust, and 19-inch alloy rims. The five-cylinder lives on. Under the hood, Max.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. With 360 horsepower, 342 pound-feet of what, Erica?
That torque.
That torque. That's connected to a 7-speed S-tronic transmission and quattro all-wheel drive. 0-60 to Mariam in just 4.3 seconds. 60's a girl, 0's a guy. And its limited top speed will be 155 miles per hour. Performance-wise, there's a sportier suspension, wider track, better brakes, and adjustable driving modes. First, deliveries of the RS3 are scheduled for next summer. In related news, delivery of them to the U.S. is not happening. Come on. Let's bring it over.
Yeah.
Birdman. No, not the rapper. I'm talking the OG Birdman, Tony Hawk. That's right. Well, there's a Mini commercial out for the new John Cooper Works Mini where Tony Hawk is skitching on the Mini, doing tricks over exploding dumpsters, the Mini's drifting, then the payoff at the end, he does a Mick twist, or 540, over a gap with the Mini drifting to a stop underneath him.
Nice.
Pretty cool. So the link's in the description if you want to watch it.
Of course.
Max gets credit on pointing that one out.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. He brought that to our attention. The 2015 Shelby GT was nabbed out in Palm Springs by the Road and Track crew with some serious bulge in the hood. Air vents, silver trim grille, aero work all around, and black wheels. There'll reportedly be a GT SC version with a big power boost. For 2014, the Shelby GT made 624 horsepower and could hit 60 in just 3.7 seconds. So who knows how much grunt the 2015 model will make. Maybe like this much grunt. It's not that much grunt. We'll see when we find out the actual numbers. All right, mentioned this last week during Rapid Fire News, but let me elaborate a bit. We know Bugatti is planning a Veyron replacing model in 2016, but before that, they have the Veyron-based Speedster. The Speedster will be made in limited numbers, duh, and will have a distinct look, duh again. The exclusive version will be similar to Lamborghini's Rebenton. I don't know if that gets one of those.
Doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. In the sense that it will be super expensive is what I'm talking about.
Sure.
And none of us can afford it. So I'm talking like probably over, I don't know, 3.5 mil.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty expensive. All right. You guys know what time it is. Erica.
Commenter of the week.
No, that's right.
Commenter of the week. Comment our show. Yeah, commenter of the week.
Comments.
Oh, nice. Very good.
Yeah.
Sing-songy.
All right, so a lot of awesome positive comments on our episode 2000, and we highly appreciate that. But of course, there was some people who weren't as enthusiastic about it. Kind of like Michael Douglas here. Michael Douglas. Anyway, he said, I'm a loyal viewer and fan of FLD, but to tell you the truth, I was very much disappointed with this special. It felt more like an infomercial than an actual show. I mean, I wasn't expecting you guys to go around the world and pull some crazy stunts like the Top Gear guys, but it just felt like all the hype that you guys were building was just for nothing. P.S. I still love the show and keep up the good work. All right, well, Michael, we appreciate your honesty. It was kind of like a, constructive criticism a little bit there, but first off, it definitely wasn't an infomercial. I mean, we weren't paid anything to go down to Hennessy. We wanted to go down there and have fun, show Hennessy's shop. We got a bunch of other content from there as well, as I said in the episode, like Spotlight and FLD tours. I mean, how do you go down there and not have fun? Yeah. Although Max did say the coffee was a little... Yeah, it's a Keurig machine. Yeah, it's a Keurig machine. But other than that, it was great. I mean, in episode 1000, I drove a minivan on the Nürburgring. You know how many comments people were like, oh, I can't believe you drove a minivan. But at the same time, that was hilarious. Yeah. But so this, I was like, guys, I need to drive some cars. Some beefy, strong cars. Oh, yeah. Not a minivan. Right? So we went in the, a bunch of cars totaling 2,000 miles per hour.
There you go.
But, as you guys already know, it totaled more than 2,000 horsepower. And on Hennessy's own drag strip, I mean, that's fun. Personally, I thought of going 200 miles per hour. Episode 2000 at 200 miles per hour, which I could have made it to 200 miles per hour on that drag strip. The only problem is I wouldn't have been able to brake in time before death. So I had to decide we can't do that. Yeah. So I did hit, I think the top speed I hit on the drag strip was around 130.
Ooh, $130.
Yeah, $130.
I call it $130.
And I did it 100 in the Raptor. And the CTS-V, I know, probably over 100, I don't remember. But anyway, we're very happy with the way episode 2000 came out, like the majority of you guys said, and you loved it, which is great. So, Michael Douglas, I hope hope no hard feelings. All right, say hello to Catherine Zeta-Jones for me. Do they still go out? Or are they still married?
I think they might be.
They had some issues. Anyway, appreciate the comments, folks. Thank you very much. I mean, we had so much fun down there in Hennessy.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And more to come, guys, right? All right. Our FLD question of the day is, what would you say to Audi to convince them to bring the Audi RS3 Sport back to the U.S.? Personally, I'd be like, yo, Audi, I'm bringing Sport back. Yep. Those other cars, man, they just lack. Yep. Right?
Yeah.
And immediately Audi would be like, oh, Justin Timberlake reference? We got it. Let us know what you guys think. Use hashtag FLDQ of the D, and you can send your own into, what's that email, Thomas?
It is tips@FastLaneDaily.com.
That's the one. That's the exact address. There you go. Well, that'll be a game over for this episode of Fast Lane Daily. Hope you're having a great Monday. I'm Derek D. Thank you for watching, and happy birthday to Aiden McBurney. That's a cool last name. If I was friends with him, his nickname would be Mick Burns. Yo, what up, Mick Burns? Yeah, your girlfriend Michaela reached out to us, said you were a huge fan of the show, and your birthday was yesterday. So, Mick Burns, happy birthday, and thanks, man. Appreciate you watching.
Cop Styles.
You got it. Cop and birthday styles. Mick Burns. Right, Erica?
Right.
Torque, right?
Love a blooper.
So that was 3. 3 or 2?
Are you wearing an undershirt?
I am.
Nice.
In keeping of...
Oh, boy. Oh, God. What's going on?
in keeping of the episode number, throw some hammers back there. T-shirt coming soon. Yeah, that's happening.